A very good morning to our lecturer, Mr. Simon Tiong. Today, we would like to present our project, which is called the CodXCloud Smart Library System. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce you to our team members, Bashirah, the lead project developer, me, Bryant Christopher, the second leading project developer, Hezron, his full name Aldrison Hezron, and also Amani Munira. Firstly, I would like to give a brief introduction for our app, the CodXCloud Smart Library System. Borrowing books are going to be much more easier nowadays because our system has made it simple. So once you borrow those books, it is automatically logged in into your data. Each student has their own data. Any student who registers their new account has their own page and own data for them to store and to know what they read. So it is not a shared or a temporary database that we made for this app. Data such as their books, due date for their books to be returned, fees, funds, and also their own transaction list where they can see their own transactions queue. Now I would like to proceed with my part. I will talk about a few things in our development right now. First of all, after I write the name admin and the password usually just be, you can see 123, but now you can hide. You have an option to hide your password. So it's going to be way easier for you to see what you're writing in here than to just remember what you write. And so I also created this function which detects whether the user is already registered or input an invalid login credential. Okay, let's demonstrate. Let's say the name admin and his password, his original password is admin123, but he puts in 1234. Then once you click or you press enter to log in, it says invalid ID or password. It's the same as this student ID. Let's say this guy is not registered. So 123 and then 123. He logs in, invalid ID or password. Now, you may wonder that what if that person doesn't have any credential? They just put login. Does it work? No. Invalid ID or password. Let's now go for the registration. What if that person or that user types in user1 and he clicked register without entering any password? It says password is required. So now what you can do, you must always write your password user1 or 123. It can be this, and you just click register. Registered, please log in. So it works. So user1 and this user1 and hide, it's up to you. Then you can just log in without any problem. As you can see from the previous demonstration, this is the backend of that specific functions from line 887 until line 1006. Okay, so as you can see here, it first creates the login window. This is the base template of the login window over here. So there are a lot of things we input over there. So create login window, username input, username error label, password input. This is for the box itself. Define. Now, this is the define function. Define function of the visibility of the password. So this is how I create. This is what I did to hide and unhide the password itself. So once you enter the password, it will show this first. Now you want to show the text. So I just config it to show nothing, just the bare text. And for the button, I use this icon. It's kind of like a text I got from the internet, but it looks like an eye, so it is an eye. So I just put it there to act it as a button next to it. Else, show this once you turn it off again. It will show this star as asterisk. So self button, this is to configure the button, to configure the eye itself. So button grid and all of this. Okay. And this is the function for the hide and unhide the text. Next, password error. This is the label for the password error. Added command helper to clear errors. Okay, let's say after you write the error itself just now, the error message will hide itself in certain time after you have logged in. Not logged in, after you write the right credential. Okay, and this is all of it. Define, another define clear error. There you go. This is the one. This and this is the same. This is after you write your credential. This is during you write your credential. So the login action. Now I haven't spoke about database, but this is one of the function that I implemented in this system. So DB, database. I'm going to talk further about this after this. So DB get user. Get user is the variable from the SQL. If user password equals to the right password, then login. But if it doesn't exist, the user doesn't exist, we'll say invalid ID or password. That's how it works. This is the registration function over here. Also, it has these specific levels. Like I said, when the user has a username but does not have a password, it will still be false. And if the user just have its password and does not have any username or student ID, it still is false. Or when the user exists, when he or she registers, it will say user already exists because it's already in the database itself. Now, after creation of this, it will bring those credentials into the database, which is going to be stated after this. And also registered, please log in. And so you have defined, are you sure you want to log out? When you want to log out from the app itself. This I will explain further. So you log out.
On line 176, this is the code that creates the boxes. It uses a grid system to place 2 books per row. On line 177, it calculates the row number, while on line 178, it calculates the column number. Moving on to the next part, this is the code used for loading and resizing the image. Its function is to prepare the book cover image. It uses imageObs.fit to automatically resize the image to exactly 150 times 200 pixels. This ensures all the book covers look uniform. Next, for handling missing images. What it does, what it does is that it decides what to show to the users. If there's an image, it will show the book cover, but if it fails to show the image, the book cover will not be displayed. It will draw a gray placeholder. It will draw a gray placeholder box with the text "No image." This keeps the design clean and professional. Now I will talk about the scroll bar function. This part, it creates the actual scroll bars that you see on the screen. This one is for the vertical scroll bar, and this one is for the horizontal scroll bar. This command here, it connects the bars to the canvas. So when you drag the scroll bar, the canvas will move. Next, this one, this this part of the code here, this is where it connects everything together. Basically, what it does is that it tells the canvas to update the scroll bar. So when you use the mouse wheel or the trackpad to move the scroll bar, um, this part handles the needs to move to match the new position. Moving on to the next part. Here, it arranges the UI elements. So this one, on the line 143, it will set the horizontal bar at the bottom, and as for this one, it will set the vertical bar on the right. And the canvas takes up all the remaining space in the middle. Next is this one. This part, it enables the scrolling with the mouse wheel. So here, when you roll your mouse wheel, it runs this part of the code to scroll up and down. And this here, if you hold Shift plus scroll, it runs this part of the code to scroll left and right. And this is the math part. Windows mouse wheels report movement in chunks of 120. With this, it smooths out, so one click of the wheel scrolls equals to 1 unit of the screen.
Okay, I will continue for my part, which means a top-up wallets, a donation, and a transaction. So now let's take a look for the top-up wallets. We design a digital wallet features that allow user to store credit. Inside interface, the user can select present amounts like $10 or $20, or they might be can type a custom amount, for example, $40 or $30. We offer two payment simulation, a credit card or QR code. The system connects to API to generate a unique QR code for this transaction. When the user click confirm, we simulate secure banking delay using a progress bar, and then pop up instantly added to their database balance. So just now I custom with a $30. Okay, let's take a look for this part, which means a top up codes. So how it works, it not storing static image, the code takes to the URL. So basically you can see for this CodXCloud.com wallet top up encoded it and send it a request to API QR server, which means in the bottom one. It uses base64 from here to convert to raw image data from the internet into format Tinkerter can display TK photo image from here. Okay, now we go to a donation part. So this allows user to support the CodXCloud eco-friendly intuitive. Okay, now we go to a donation part. This allows user to support the CodXCloud eco-friendly. While the interface looks similar to top-up page, for consistency, the logic is different. When a user donates, they are sending money out. We use same like QR code, but it generates a specific code for donation only. Once the payment is processed, the system record contributes in the transaction history, so the user has a receipt of their good deed. So it's the same for the top up. Click confirm and then done. So now you can see for the donation part for the code unlikely similar to top up. This function does not change the user balance. It assumes the user to paying with an external credit card or e-wallet. It generates a transaction ID starting with DNT, short for donation, to it from top-ups, TOP, or fee in the database. So the code for the donation is so similar with the top-up. So the donation part looks similar with a top-up codes. We have a URL, API, base64. Finally, we go to transaction system, which means transaction history. Transparency is key in any financial system. This view pulls every single action, whether it was a wallet top up, a donation, or late fee payments, and display it in an organized table. We use a tree view widget to display the date, the unique transaction ID, the method used, like QR or card, and the amount. This ensures the users can always track their spending. For the code for transaction just now is db gets transaction. It queries the database manager for a list of dictionaries associated with the logging in user. So on the bottom one is a tree view population. It iterates through the list from every transaction found. It creates a new row in the table, which means a tree insert. As you can see in here, we see with a table frame columns show, and here also. For the function over here is for the columns one.
Thank you for the explanation. Now I would like to talk more about about the database that we have implemented over here. So I am importing it from DB setup, which is this import database manager. So all of all of the functions that has DB is already connected to the app itself. And so this is how I set up the database. These are the books that are going to be pre-implemented inside MySQL. Okay, these are the codes. Now, let's now check for this. This is how you set up the database. It has localhost, root, admin, CodXCloud DB. Now let's jump into MySQL. Okay, as you can see here, we have already opened this tab. Let's go for the books. Okay, as you can see, the books here, there are 55 books that's been recorded from the .py, from the db underscore setup.py. It's already pre-implemented, as I said. Then, as you can see, it's borrowed by those admin. So it's being detected. It has been recorded, actually. Now, transaction list. Top up at 3616. This is a random integer, so anybody who do their transaction will be given any random integer to be their ID. So there are no fixed ID. The IDs are random. User admin amount $67. Method by card and the date 2025 12:05 12:45 p.m. Okay, now let's check the user. User has his username, password, and balance. So anytime you log in or you log out or close the app, it will still be there as long as the database is not being deleted. Let's get back to the app. Okay, as you can see now, this is the admin's account. This is the admin. Okay, let's now log out and create a new user. Let's test user 1. Okay, 123 as the password. That's usual. Now registered. As you can see in this SQL, test user 1, password 123 is there, and the balance will be given 0. Right, now let's get back to the app and let's go. Now log in. There, these books are borrowed by those admins. Admin borrowed this book, and this book. Now let's actually try to force. You can't. Next, you get inside here. Then you try to force to get 001. Then you borrow. It says book unavailable or invalid ID because someone else already took the book. Now, let's go to the top-up wallet. Top-up wallet works any amount, $10. You can try debit card, which I already tried in the previous one, but let's try it again. 45 6 7 8 9 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now 1212, then 121. Confirm top up. It's going to be registered inside the database. Let's check our database. $10. Transaction. There, buy card, $10. Books, still the same, because I didn't alter anything inside the book. Now let's get back here. Let's try QR Pay, $10. Ooh, it works via QR payment. Let's get back inside our DB and refresh this. Oh, by QR payment, there you go. All right, now let's do this. Let's go to the donate. Let's try 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 6. So 1 2 1 2, then 1 2 1. Let's confirm the donation, $10. This is the direct donation. Ooh, $10 via card. This is our donation. Now let's check inside our SQL. Nice. DNT. This is the ID given for the donation 60847. This is by card. Okay, nice. So we have this part. So any transaction that is done will be recorded in here directly. Or the user here will get the balance because he has topped up. The donation is straight not to not only to us, but also the eco community. Right? The books remain the same.